We're
Hey.
live.
Yeah, so we're here back for another week of crazy. Of not enough thumbs.
Not enough thumbs.
Movies. Okay, so of course he was out of town again this week, so we didn't watch any movies together.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Is what it is.
You said you didn't watch any while you were gone, right?
I just watched my short
He's really
films.
adding zero to the contribution for this week, other than
we had a special
banter.
We had a special guest. Oh.
No, we didn't. Moving on. Okay, so if you're here, say hey. Sometimes we see those that are here, sometimes we don't. So say hey in the chat. Let us know that you're here. We'd love to give you a shout out. All right, so only a couple movies this time. The first one actually doesn't fit our theme, but he was out of town and I took our oldest to a mystery movie at the theater. I didn't even know that was a thing until it popped up on my AMC search that there was these unseen movies. So basically,
how often do they do those?
Twice a month, it looks like.
So it's frequent.
Yeah. So I kind of looked into it and thought, well, what is this? What's a mystery movie? Who doesn't like a grab bag? Like a mystery grab bag, right? You don't know what's in it. It's just this bag that's sealed up, but there's got to be something good in it. Hey, how's it going? So I thought, well, a mystery movie, how cool would that be? And
could
the only thing, it could go either way, I guess. Hey, give it away. I didn't talk about it yet. But anyway, so all we knew about the movie was that it was rated PG-13 and what time it started. So when we got there, they told us what theater to go into, what screen to go into, and we sit down. And we had no idea what the movie is. We go through all of the previews, still have no idea what the movie is. There's probably 15 people, 16 people maybe in there, if even that.
Okay.
And so we sit down. Well, then it starts showing and he says, Mom, I think I know what this movie is. It didn't end up being what he thought it was, but it was anime, and he was happy about that. And it was a spin-off from a series that he had watched. So it was kind of fun. And kind of appropriate that it was kind of a type of movie that would be enjoyable for him. So it was.
What
are
the chances?
And yeah, as he said in the comments, it was Spy Family Movie Code White. So if you haven't seen it yet and you like anime, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I kind of enjoyed watching it. I forget what the little girl's name is in the movie, but she was so animated, had so many faces and just full of life and just a lot of fun. And it seemed like each of the characters had their special niche, had something that they could do. And I don't want to give away the whole story, but basically this was a pieced together family. So they're not really a family. The girl's name was Anya. That's right. Yeah. So that they kind of found each other because they needed to play the part for their jobs. The woman was an assassin, if I remember right. The man was a spy, and the little girl read minds. I think she could read minds, and then the dog had a superpower too. Oh shoot, what was the dog's superpower? He had telepathy. He could he could see the future. That's what he could do. He could see the future, so he could see what was going to happen. So it was kind of neat that they each had their own kind of specialty. And when they brought it all together, it worked for a family unit. Even when their job was done, yes, she read minds and the dog saw the future. Okay, I did have it right. All right. So even when their jobs were kind of done and they should have split apart as a family, they kind of decided to stay together or make their jobs last longer so they could stay together longer. So it was really kind of a cute little movie.
Did you guys get popcorn?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't. Because popcorn would have made our $5 movie cost
$50.
Yeah. That was the thing also at the mystery movie. It was $5 a ticket, plus, of course, the tax and convenience fees. So I think it ended up being $15 for our 2
Convenience
tickets when
fees.
it was all said and done.
What
But
a scam! Convenience
yeah,
fees.
it's ridiculous. And then, but if you don't get the movie ahead of time, you don't know if there's going to be any available seats. So
Yeah.
it's like you might have made arrangements for babysitting and drove out there and then not have seats for the movie. Remember to say the movie isn't. Oh yeah. So if you watch anime and you watch Spy Family, it isn't canon. So you'll know what that means if you watch anime.
Different timeline.
He
I
had
think it
to,
means.
yeah, he had to
Yeah,
explain that
it's
to
not
me.
related.
That it won't follow the series timeline. It's a branch off from that. So anyway, rating the movie. Uh, so anime would not probably be a genre of movie that I would intentionally pick to watch. So it was kind of neat to, in a sense, be forced to watch it because it ended up turning out to be pretty interesting.
It's kind of like what we do with our channel. Just watch
Yeah, we
different
start with our
genres of
themes.
movies and
Yeah.
expand our horizons.
Yeah, so this movie didn't fit our genre for this month, but it was pretty good. Okay, so he gives it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not all about the blood and gore parts of stuff, so that would drop it down for me probably. But it was cute and the girl was funny. I would probably give it for anime and for my first anime ever, I would probably give it an 8.
Well, that's pretty good rating.
So we'll see if I watch any more anime. Bro, there was one blood. Yeah, I know, but it was pretty gross. And there was a lot of implied killing. I mean, you see that at least injuring. Like she went after a few of the other guys later. I don't know if they ended up dying. I think they just got knocked out. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. Hey, I gave it an 8 out of 10. So that's a pretty decent rating for me not really caring for anime. But anyway, that's the first. So we watched that on Monday night. That was the very first thing we watched. No, it didn't fit our theme for the month, but we watched it. So I figured I would wanted to review the mystery movie kind of thing. Oh, another funny thing about the mystery movie, when it started and people realized that it was not in English and it was subtitled in English.
Oh, it was?
Well, yeah, it's anime.
Okay.
It's
So you heard the Japanese,
you
right?
hear the Japanese and you have to read the English.
That's the way to watch those.
So, but a ton of people just started leaving.
Really?
So couple after couple was just leaving. I think
that's too bad.
by the end, I think there was probably 3 other groups beside us.
That's the way to watch anime if you were to watch anime, because the English dubbing is just terrible usually.
So after the movie, AMC sent me a survey and asked me to fill out the survey about the movie and how satisfied I was with it. Well, all these other people had commented. So you can see everybody's what they filled in.
Was it electronic
for
or paper?
It was electronic.
Oh, okay.
But you could see what other people had commented. And so many said, oh man, it was anime. Why did you have to do anime? Those are so stupid, blah, blah, blah. We left after 5 minutes. And so I got on and commented, well, maybe that was your problem. You left after 5 minutes. You didn't even give a new genre of movie a chance. And it was actually a really good story. And I'm really glad I stayed through the whole thing and watched it. So some people liked that comment of mine. Some people gave me mad faces. I'm like, you know what? You're the party poopers that won't give a movie a chance because
and they're going to
you have a poor
mystery
judgment
movie
of it.
night.
Right.
So why are they going to blame the theaters for playing something that, I mean, that's the whole fun of it.
Naruto dubbed better than the subbed. Yeah. So I don't know. I think they should have stuck it out and gave it a chance. I think maybe more people would have liked it, or at least appreciated it if they tried to get the story. I think they just tuned it out as soon as they saw that it was
like vegetables.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it was fun to go and watch that. Would I do a mystery movie again? Yeah, I think that was a lot of fun, and I want to take our other son.
I still think it's, especially when they're $5 tickets. I think it's still fun to go to
the shot. Yeah.
It's fun to go to the movies. I like the theatrical experience, and I kind of miss that. I miss the Rush Hour special at Mid Rivers for $3.25. You know, those days are long gone.
And even now, the Tuesday special is not that great of a deal. Like, it's still expensive, and a family of 6. I mean, it's so hard for us to afford to go to the movies. Anyway, so yeah, $5 mystery unseen movie is the way to go. They're kind of fun. Okay. All right. And then the next movie that I watched was so bad. It was called Stigma from 1972. It was recommended to me, but I'm not going to say by who because I'm going to diss on the movie. I want the person who recommended it to me to be called out. So I guess it was a typical movie from the early 70s. I mean, it was, so it fits the theme in that it was a small town and the religious organization was kind of the head of the town. They headed up all the major things in the town. Their minister was also their minister was also the sheriff in the town. So it was kind of, anyway, so people were getting sick in the town, left and right. People were dying just of what appeared to be unknown cause. So this doctor who was there called another doctor to come into the town and help him investigate and try to figure out what was going on, why all of these people, especially men, were getting sick and dying, all different ages of men, and just getting sick and dying, and having these weird things pop up on their skin and all this stuff. So this other doctor comes into town and finds that the doctor who called him in had been killed or had died of whatever this mystery, whatever it was. So he starts snooping around and starts investigating and trying to figure out what's going on in this town. He's interviewing all the people. He's doing checkups on all the sick people and trying to figure out what is going on. Well, long story short, he finds out that the whole town pretty much has syphilis.
Oops.
Yeah. So then his goal is to find the source of this syphilis, right? So he goes to the town brothel and examines all the women. They're all clean.
Oh, twist.
He goes to the daughter of the sheriff. She's the source of the syphilis.
That's gross.
And so then now you know, okay, well, if she's the source of this, then all the people in the town, including her dad, have syphilis because of her.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah. So then it's like a wah, ew. But I mean, you see all the teens, they show a scene of all the teens in the town, like fooling around on the rocks at night. Like they're all naked, running around everywhere. And nobody has clothes on.
Is where you can go to pay for things.
For relations with women. So not a place. Yeah.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Past president quote, right? Crazy. But anyway, so it was a really messed up movie. It was really disturbing. Really 70s. 70s.
What were they thinking?
It was really bad.
Well, each decade has its ups and downs.
Yeah, but I mean, this movie was really bad. Really bad. I don't recommend it. Unless you like watching a movie about syphilis, which I don't particularly like it very much. So I think it's way down there for me.
Like a 8th?
Maybe a 1. I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, it had a good twist, so I gotta hand the twist to it. So that gets it a 1 at least. But it was, I mean, the video quality is terrible. It's the 70s, right? So the video quality was terrible. It really wasn't. The acting was okay. All around, it just wasn't. It wasn't my kind of movie. Yes,
that's too bad.
Very low rating for me. So that was Stigma from 1972.
Gonorrhea, the movie.
Watch it at your gross. Watch it at your own risk.
Gonorrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Okay, then the next movie I watched was so very much the opposite. It was so very good. I think it was probably one of my favorite movies I've ever seen.
She told me this over the phone.
Yes, very, very good movie.
So that's a lot of high praise.
It's called Miracles from Heaven from 2016. This was recommended to us by a friend named Dunya. So thank you for the recommendation, Dunya. It was a very, very good movie. What did he say?
Band-Aids.
Gross.
It's not monkeypox.
Okay, back to the good movie, Miracles from Heaven. So this had Jennifer Garner as the lead character in this movie. She's from Yes Day, right? And several other movies. That's sad that the only movie people know her by, the Yes Day girl.
Yeah.
She does so many really, really good movies, and she really had a good part in this movie. So this, I don't want to give the whole story away, but this was basically about, and this is based on a true story. This is about a family whose daughter gets this really weird, rare illness. And the doctors in their town say, oh, no, she's fine. She's fine. There's nothing majorly wrong with her. Just do these little changes and it'll be fine. The mom finally got fed up with that and said, she's not fine. This is not okay. I am going to step out and, take things into my own hands. And so she picks up the girl and they leave and they go to this other town, Detroit or Denver, or I forget, somewhere, but they were from Texas and they went to Boston. Shut up. I was thinking. They went to Boston, where there's this big children's hospital where all these specialists in the disease that she has, or the problem, that stomach issues or whatever it was that she had. So they take her there. She takes her there and the front desk lady says, no, this doctor has a 9-month wait list. You can't be seen by him. And the mother starts, begging to have her daughter seen, and she gets turned away. So they meet some people and start having some relationships with some of the townspeople, and end up getting a call, and the doctor had an appointment open up and went ahead and had them come in and saw them and found out what the major problem was. And he said, there's no cure for what you have, but we can treat the symptoms. We can try to treat and help her. So, I mean, that was disappointing for the mom, because she's like, well, if there's no cure, she's going to eventually die from this disease and there's nothing we can do about it. So they end up going home and just trying to be okay with this diagnosis or whatever. And there ends up, and I don't want to give away what happens because there's really a big part of the coolness of the story, but the little girl ends up getting hurt playing with her sister and she dies, but she comes back. So she talks about it later. She talks about how she saw a glimpse of heaven before she came back. So it was really kind of interesting, without giving the whole story away. It was just really, really interesting. How is this 8-year-old? Yeah, he walked up when I was watching it, and this girl had this really big bloated belly, and he's like, how did this 8-year-old get pregnant? She was not pregnant. It just made her belly look big, because I don't want to give away all of it, but her problem is she couldn't digest any food. So her intestines were actually tied off. So there was no way for her to digest or eliminate any food.
Okay.
So it was killing her, basically, because she couldn't, everything she ate, she threw up, because that was the only way for it to come out. Couldn't.
Sad.
So anyway, she gets hurt, ends up going to heaven and coming back, and is healed of everything. So when she came back, she had no more issues, and it said in the movie that she never got sick again.
Wow.
Like, ever got any sickness again. She was completely healed, and being based on a true story, that's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
Mean, it's really rare that we hear about miracles like that.
So she called me past, I think, 1:00 this time. And so when she's staying up late watching that movie, like past her bedtime, it's a good movie.
Yeah, because I'll fall asleep during the movie.
Yeah.
Well, like last night. We'll be talking about that one. But Yeah, it was so good. I mean 10 out of 10 for sure. 10 out of 10 movie for me. It was so
true story.
good.
Yep.
Based on a true story. Just amazing story, and just amazing display of how hard it is to keep the faith when things get difficult, and how important it is to keep the faith, because that's all that really gets us through this life, and the hardness and just struggles and everything that we deal with. So
lean on God.
It was an amazing story. 10 out of 10. Watch it. Miracles from Heaven from 2016. So, all right. And then the next one, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit from 1993. So Sabrina recommended this one for us, asked us to watch this. So we reviewed Sister Act, the first one last week. So Sister Act 2 was on the agenda.
You watched it last night? Is that when we watched it?
Last night, but
she said, let's put on Sister Act 2.
Didn't make it through.
After the introduction.
Y'all, it was a long week. He was out of town, so
yeah,
it was a long week.
Doubly long.
It was a long week. And yesterday was a long day. And today was an even longer day. So I'm feeling the tiredness today too. But all right. So talk to us about Sister Act 2 from 1993.
Yeah.
1993.
So I did not have high expectations for this movie because usually you don't expect anything good out of the sequel. It's very rare. And so I thought, okay, I was in the middle of doing some video editing and I had it up on the screen, so I was kind of distracted, but it actually kept my attention. And I like Whoopi Goldberg in these films.
Yes.
It's really entertaining, and I like how the focus went from her in the first movie to kids needing discipline in this movie. It's a rough neighborhood. Kids are unruly. They don't have any respect for their teachers at this school that was taught by nuns. So it was some kind of Catholic school, I suppose, and just absolutely no respect. And then her having a little bit of street smarts was able to relate to these kids, and eventually she earned their respect, and they gave it back to her in return, and understood that, that valuable lesson. So when it comes to lessons like that I feel like have kind of been abandoned when it comes to respecting authority, it's a great family movie. I really enjoyed it, and I would probably put it at the same level as the first one. It's not better, it's not worse. It's about the same as far as entertainment value goes, and there's some great lessons to be learned from there. So same core crew of nuns and Whoopi Goldberg, and then a new crew of kids. And this appears to be, I didn't even know that Lauryn Hill had ever been in movies. She's a famous hip hop artist from the 90s.
He told me that like I knew who Lauryn Hill was.
And she was solo. She might have been part of a group as well, but I'm not sure.
Yes, that's the one I was trying again to watch tonight, but I was too distracted. So I'll have to try yet again another time.
It also had a very young Jennifer Love Hewitt, so that was kind of cool to see her.
Was she in it?
Yeah, she was in there.
Oh, I'll have
was she the Ghost Whisperer?
Yeah.
In her series later on.
Isn't it funny how they become known for one thing when they're in hundreds of different things?
Like Jim Carrey. What do you think when you think Jim Carrey?
The Mask.
Oh, I thought, okay, that is a good one. I think about Ace Ventura. Yeah.
The Mask is my favorite one of his movies.
Yeah. So I would rate Sister Act an 8. It's funny.
This is the second one.
Sister Act. It's the second one, yeah. Back in the Habit.
I have to defer from rating. Yeah, The Grinch. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, because you don't really see his face.
Yeah, but you see.
So I guess I don't relate him to that one as easily as I do to The Mask.
You see his animated character.
Yeah, you do, and the voice of course, is undeniably his. But yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, I like Whoopi in these movies. I don't like her in any of her future stuff. Yeah, I like her in Ghost, and I like her in this. And
In Ghost, she kind of had she was a similar character in Ghost as she was in the first Sister Act.
yeah,
I think.
I like that of her. But once she got onto The View and
That's
went
different.
a
Yeah,
little
that's no
politically
more.
crazy,
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm
like
done with her.
it's kind of like when you take some other polarizing characters like Michael Jackson or Tom Cruise, right? Everybody understands how good they were at their craft, but in their personal life, it's something else. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. So it was a slow week movie watching wise for us. So that is all we have for this time.
I watched a lot of short films.
Yeah. So we have still so many movies on the list and only one more week to
Already.
watch them. So we're probably not going to get through them all, but we will watch as many as we can pull off this week. This week's going to be a busy week for me, so maybe him watching some that I don't watch. I'm not sure how it's going to play out this week, but we will do our best to get in as many of them as we can this week. And then next week, we will announce our new theme.
Yep.
So we will have a new theme for the month of May, and that will start out after that. So we'll let you guys know that next week. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesday to our movie review. And I'm not sure what that is yet. So we can't even give you a preview of that. We haven't decided what movie we're going to do yet. And then Friday faves. So jump on those and then jump back into our live next week.
Yeah, we had a special guest last week in the middle of the week.
He is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. He was by himself in a hotel room. So.
And he actually, I was able to get a hold of him, and he came.
Yeah, he came in your suitcase. The thought that you packed that darn thing in the suitcase and somebody looked through your suitcase and saw that thing in there.
Nobody looked through my suitcase. Well, I guess the X-ray did.
Yeah, and somebody sees that and sees just. I'm glad you're cute. All right, special guest was hilarious. Oh well, I'm glad the kids enjoyed it. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. Make sure you remind your friends to tune in, and we'd love to see those numbers go up over 10. We'd love to see the number of viewers go up over 10. That would be amazing.
Awesome.
So, tell your friends. And tell them to tell their friends. Jump on, watch our lives. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
See you
Bye.
next time. End stream.